Hello and welcome back to Betrayal on the Trail. When we last saw our heroes, they were attempting to slip their way out of the Crucian military base to avoid being wrapped up in the fallout of the recent attack. With Heref holding the city guards at the entrance, the party escaped to the base's yard and climbed onto its perimeter wall. The group tried to lower Arabella to the other side of the wall, but when a group of guards spotted them, combat broke out, with those still on the wall trying to raise Arabella back as more guards and a paladin entered the scene. The party managed to get Arabella back on the wall, mostly unharmed, and that is where we shall continue our adventure. You are now all back on level ground.
So, plan nice and aborted. What are we going to do now?
They're all still down there.
Well, we're still just on top of this wall. I say that we run away. Down the wall. Jay said it was flat.
Yeah.
Yeah, how big, where does this wall go if we're on the wall?
We're gonna kite the entire military base if we do that.
Maybe.
Is this going to end up like a GTA situation where you think you're getting away but you end up with 400 cop cars behind you?
Yeah.
But we don't want to go back in.
No.
I say because I can use my magic until I run out of spell slots to slow people down. So we could outrun at least most of them.
Okay, I like this plan. Let's just just run along the wall. How far does the wall
It is about it's about 120 foot across wall, so it's I'd say you're kind of in the middle-ish area, so it'd be 60 feet in either direction to get to one of the corners, then a further 50 foot inwards to get back to the roof of the military base, I guess you guys are heading towards, or... So essentially what you're looking at right now is a square courtyard at the back of the military base. So it's surrounded by civilian streets on 3 of the sides. The 4th side leads back onto the military base. It would be the rooftop of it. In fact, there would be a 30-foot lip upwards because it would be facing onto the 2nd floor of the military base.
We want to do more climbing.
Get out higher? I don't think so. Your rope's only 50 feet long, isn't it?
Yeah.
Actually, I have got no way of getting down.
Do we?
I say we run to a different side of the wall and then try and see if we can get down. Don't know.
Embark around a corner of the wall and then hop into a different side street that doesn't have these bears in it.
Yeah, I mean, won't they just follow us though?
You asked the bears to hold them up.
Yeah, you do have 2 bears that are able to maybe engage them for a bit.
And they are keeping them busy. That is their deal.
Okay.
Plus, they engaged 3 guys last turn and killed 2 of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so one of them can go for one of the other. These were unarmed men, but one of them can easily go into the paladin. I can tell one to go for the paladin, and we can run in the direction opposite from where that paladin is. Or indeed to that one, because there's less likely to be other things beyond it.
I say run away. I hope the bears hold up at least most of them, so we're only engaging one. I halve the movement speed of one of them.
Alright.
And we just try and sneak away.
Amazing. With the bears holding them off and all the magic in play, you guys are able to start to get away as they begin to come into combat with these bears. The paladin is going to look up at you all as you're running away and look up to Val and be like, "Here, you Vorak scum!" and smack into the side of the bear. But yeah, you guys continue on the wall. There is still, safe to say, a bit of a guard presence over here as well, sprinting towards where the commotion is though, so the street is starting to clear up a little bit on this side.
Okay. We want to try the same thing again, but maybe with more invisibility.
Yes, that sounds like a good idea.
How many people can we make invisible?
1.
Oh,
That's better
But
than
you're
none.
all stealthier than I am.
that's true.
Or I can target further people by casting at a higher level. I don't really want to burn my last level 3 spell slot though. I'm saving it.
Okay, well, we can be stealthy.
Okay, can I cast invisibility on myself then?
Yeah, amazing. So you just disappear from sight. So I'm assuming you will do the same thing as before, this time just lowering down a rope.
Yeah,
What seems to just be a
not,
rope.
this time it's not immediately and loudly.
Yeah.
So I'll say this time, seen as the main commotion is happening at both the front and the back of this base at the moment. This street has cleared out momentarily, giving you enough time to each slip your way down and kind of, say, cut into a back street or the sort. There is quite a commotion in town at the moment. You see a lot of people out on the street trying to look at what's happening. A lot of shocked stories. People who said they saw this giant creature blasting the tower and then suddenly it lit on fire and just dropped down onto the city. There are already rumours spreading about what's happening, you can hear.
Shall I go and get the cart while I'm still invisible and like drive it down this road, and then you guys can just like jump in the back?
Yes.
Yes.
Won't
I
a
think that-
driverless carriage?
So when I get to the
More.
carriage,
That's
I can
fine.
like uninvisible myself and then just put like a cloak on, or yeah, because I do still
Great.
look like there must be lots of old human ladies in this town.
You definitely looked at least suspicious.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
talk at least suspicious.
Yeah, they just don't say anything. Cards.
Transporting drugs.
Right.
Only smuggling people, don't worry.
Would it be worth me like kind of like tailing whilst like climbing along the wall like behind? Like just in like just in the shadows kind of. Just to kind of give you some cover.
Yeah, I don't see why not. The Arabella Marie squad set out.
Here we go.
Oh wait, how are you going to tail me if you can't see me?
I'm just gonna assume and know which way you're going.
Just head for the cart and hopefully we'll end up there at the same time.
Same routes. I think just try to keep an eye out, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Arabella and Marie make their way towards the carts. Marie sticking to the rooftops, Arabella walking through the streets invisible. They end up taking completely different routes to each other, but eventually you both arrive at the carriage. I'd say Arabella arrives there first, seeing as she was the one on the ground. You see Baker sat inside, just kind of messing with a few of the weapons, like hitting them against each other and making like fighting noises.
I sneak up on her.
Yeah, go for it.
I just like to climb into the carriage and say, "Hello, Favorite Glade Weaver," while I'm still invisible.
So she's gonna make an attack against you.
And you died to fucking Faker.
That would be pretty bad. She screams like fully, and you see like a few people on the street kind of like side eye what's happening.
I'll uninvisible myself like, no, it's just me, just a little prank.
Did you die? Are you a ghost? Am I being haunted?
Oh, it's magic, Fakerin.
Oh yeah, I used to do that.
You magical,
Your entire deal.
Yeah, that's my main source of existence. It's good to see you again. Did the rest of the group die?
Oh, Marie's on her way, and then we're just going to go and pick them up. But I'm glad you've got so much faith in us, dear.
It's jolly good news. I'm glad to hear it, though it's getting a bit cramped back here. She kind of looks to the Etten head that's starting to smell a little bit off.
Maybe we should just leave that. But not now. Let's leave it in the countryside rather than on the streets.
Quite right.
How big is an Ettin's head?
It takes up one entire side of the carriage.
It's pretty big.
Yeah.
Pretty fucking big.
So you've got this carriage that has two sofas facing in on them each other, and the heads are taking up one lot of the sofas. So you all have to kind of huddle up facing onto it when you ride.
God.
We'll ditch those soon. We're just going to wait for Marie. I'm going to go sit up front and look not suspicious.
Hello.
Oh, Marie, what excellent timing. I'm glad you got here all safe. Let's go and pick up our comrades and get out of here.
Sounds good to me.
So you take the carriage through town. There's still quite a bit of hubbub, but it's easy to slip by unnoticed, mainly because everyone's looking up at this now destroyed spire and at the body of this strange draconic creature that's crashed into town. Pick up the other two party members. And what would we like to do next?
Leave town.
That's yeah.
I'm first off gonna remind you a little bit about the way that a crucium is set up as a city. It's in 3 tiers. You're currently in the central tier of it. Each of these tiers is gated. There is a checkpoint on each of them. So there'll be a checkpoint to make it out of this tier into the second one, checkpoint to make it through to the first tier, and then a general open gate to make it out of town. So that is something to consider as you guys decide to just leave town.
Well, I could make 1 or 2 of you invisible, which would make our party a little less conspicuous. I'll be burning star slots like there's no tomorrow, but it might be worth it. If they're specifically looking for a grung, a human, a dragonborn, and a tabaxi, then possibly losing 2 of those might be to our advantage.
Is there anywhere we could stay in this tier until the heat dies down a little, or do we think it's better to strike while the iron's hot and get out?
I'd be worried we would have to be here a while before it'll die down. A dragon did just kind of fall from the sky.
Yeah, and if we try to check into any kind of inn, they're going to go, this is an odd group of people.
Yeah.
And we'll run into the same issue, we'd be having a chat. Could you, transfigure yourself, Cabal? I could turn Marie and 3 invisible, and then it would just be me and Fakran.
Yeah, I mean, I could turn into something for, 3 hours.
Yeah, 3 hours should be enough to get us... If we went more or less straight, Jay, could we get out in 3 hours?
In 3 hours,
Could we get out in 1?
I would say that's fair. It would take maybe about half an hour by carriage. The thing is, it would take half an hour by carriage normally to get out of a crucium. You're not sure how the checkpoints are going to be at present.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Everyone trying to get out.
It's not like we have papers or anything. It's about it'd be about swaying them charismatically.
Why would we be turning invisible just in case they search the carriage? Is that the thought?
Yeah, I mean the Essen head is also kind of suspicious, but I don't really know what to do about that. I could turn the Essen head invisible and only 1 of you.
We could just ditch the Essen head.
Oh no,
right?
it's a creature.
It?
It's like we're just throwing money down the drain.
No, I agree we should ditch the Essen head.
You
What about the 200 swords?
Is there somewhere we can not conspicuously ditch the Essen head around here? Is the issue I had thought of.
Yes, just not.
On the street.
Yeah.
just chuck it out the window as you're rolling by.
Okay, yeah, we chuck the Essen head. We leave it somewhere. It'll be suspicious, but we just try and do it subtly. I turn Marie and 3 invisible. Cabal turns himself into a dog or something. Me and Fakran leave. I can just say that I was traveling for the shop, which is what I was originally doing, several months ago.
That sounds like as good a plan as any.
I can't think of anything better than that.
What will you say if they ask about the weapons?
Oh my god, I hadn't thought of that. I suppose we could also ditch the weapons. just leave, like, the engine heads and a pile of weapons. I mean, we could just leave the weapons here, because if we leave them here, they'll probably fall into the hands of the people we were trying to give them to anyway.
Will they?
Well, I mean, yeah, it'll be in the middle of the street.
Military. Yeah, this is the military district, so I mean, if a citizen came across them, they'd probably call a guard and be like, hey, I found a load of weapons. Someone, like, of a worse nature might find them, but
there's
fairly likely it would fall into the guard's hands.
I mean, are they all? They're not all like neatly wrapped up or anything, are they? It's just like a pile.
You like half bundled them up, I think. Like they were like in two little, admittedly probably like sheepskin bundles or something like that.
Right,
a little bit weird looking, but
yeah. So we could just ditch them.
In theory, yeah.
Because they probably will want to search the carriage.
I mean,
we have killed two guards now. I do think we should get the hell out of Dodge.
We didn't kill them. It was spare.
We can keep some of the weapons if we want them. Like, I could say that I've hired Fakrin as my guard, and that she comes with weapons. Like, we could reasonably keep a few.
You could argue you're coming from the base. I don't know, maybe you're a spy. Smuggling these weapons on behalf of the military. Or maybe that's too much.
What if they fact check us on that?
Well, it's going to be tough because the top of their building exploded.
That's true.
I imagine they'll be in something of disarray. You'd probably need papers for 200 swords.
Probably. I'm all for ditching them somewhere and just trying to get the hell out of here before we get in like serious trouble with the law.
I do think we just need to go.
Do we know what circle that thingy steel weaver, the blacksmith that we saved?
Mr. Allweaver, yeah.
Do we have any idea where he is?
So when he parted ways, he did say that it would probably be the Knights of the Silver Stream that would give him refuge, and this is their circle. So there's a decent chance he would be on this tier. If not, he would be in the middle tier.
I could drive the cart around and you guys could hide, and I could ask to where the blacksmith is and take them to him and give them to him. He might give us some money for them.
I like this idea, yeah.
At least we know they're going into the hands of someone that that is half decent.
Yeah, and then maybe you can like also burn the Etin head, like, you know,
or preserve it somehow.
I still just think we should get out of town as quick as possible, but
I feel like this is the means of getting out of town without being arrested.
Okay.
Are you guys coming with then, or am I going by myself and you're hiding?
Oh, we should hide in the carriage, right?
Yeah, what if I go up to a guard and I'm like, hey, where's Mr. Allweaver? And they're like, why? And I'm like, I've got delivery for him. And they're like, oh, can we check it? Oh, who are these people? I can cast invisibility now, and we can use it, but then I won't have it again. Not for two people.
As long as we have enough time to get out of this tier, I'm guessing it will get... Presumably the checkpoints as we were coming in were like getting more and more intense, I guess, as you get close to the center.
It was pretty hard for you to tell because you had that paladin escort you through it, so he pretty much could just wave his hand and have you come through.
Okay.
Right.
Yes, we might manage that. We might manage to find him and get through the checkpoint in an hour. There are things that can go wrong no matter what we do, but yeah, chill it.
I think.
Yeah, just burn it now on YouTube.
Cool. Is that what we're doing then?
Is everyone happy with that? And then I'll go to a guard who's got the Silver Stream uniform and go, hey, I've got a delivery for Arabella or either. Right, so Cabal, you disguising yourself as an animal?
I may as well. And I'll turn myself into a bloodhound.
Awesome.
Roll-in. And I'm casting invisibility at 3rd level to make 3 and Marie invisible.
That's perfect, yeah.
And then I would like to drive the carriage up to the first member of the Knights of the Silver Stream that I see, or failing, if they're not around at all, then like the town guard.
Yeah, the knights are currently, like, you assume preoccupied with the whole situation, but you do find a town guard that's patrolling the street. He seems to be at present, making his way down the street, knocking on doors, questioning people. But that's the first member of authority that you found.
Excuse me, sir. I'm terribly sorry to bother you. I'll be dead quick. Could you just tell me where Daramel or Weaver resides? I've got an important delivery for him.
Oh, if you, and then he proceeds to give you pretty in detail directions on how to make it there.
Fucking idiot.
What was that? It's pretty close by. It's in the same sort of segment that you're in, about a 5-minute carriage ride away.
Thank you so much for your help, kind sir. I shall be on my way.
Awesome. Gets back to questioning the person who is on, and you make your way down the street. Turn a few corners. Eventually you make your way into it. Appears to be a normal home that's been repurposed. You see there's a small stall set up outside of it, and there's a little furnace to the side. Daramel's currently working the furnace while his daughter Tacklin's kind of running the store. A bunch of very fine looking weapons set out in front. Daramel spots you as you roll up and is like, "Friend,
long time no see.
Yep.
The rest of my little crew are around.
Hello. Yeah.
We're on a bit of a time crunch, and we have a wagon full of weapons that we were hoping you could take off of our hands. Obtained completely legitimately.
Well, you...
We killed some goblins, I think we got them from? Or an Etin? We killed something that wanted to use it for bad purposes, and then it was an Etin! Oh, we've got the head as well, if you want that. We killed an Etin.
No, leave the head. I'm fine without the head.
Would you be able to dispose of the head as a little favour to us? I'll stop laughing.
This is Arabella Charisma Plum.
So no to the whole head disposal situation. I could, of course, repurpose the weapons, though. Sell them back
we thought
onto
they might
the
be
military.
helpful. Mm-hmm. That was what we were thinking.
Great, yeah. Bring them out, and he helps you kind of unload all of them. Starts looking through them all and is like, not exactly the finest of work. I would have spent a little bit more time here and put a little bit more finesse into it, but I suppose I could sell this bundle for about 2,000 gold pieces, so would you be happy with 1,000?
Yeah, that sounds fair, given that you've taken it off us so quickly. Does that sound fair, gang?
Yeah, it's alright.
Just give thumbs up without realizing that it's not going to be seen.
Yeah, that sounds acceptable.
Amazing. Bundles them all up, brings them into his store, and pulls out 1,000 pieces from the register. Brings it back over to you.
I will just speedily quarter that amongst us.
Sick.
I mean,
Give 250 gold pieces to the dog. And then, like, 250 each to the air.
The gold just, like, disappears.
Yeah. Well, been lovely catching up. Clock's ticking on certain things, so I think we'll be off now.
Before we go,
Yeah.
I wanna de-wild shape. I'll say like, hello, and then gesture over to Tacklin. And I'm gonna dig around in my pockets and fish out. Ages ago, I had a gemstone that she asked me to take back to the temple.
Yeah, I've been sat on that waiting to give you divine retribution.
And Yeah, I'm gonna like fish it out of my pocket and like kneel down in front of it. Just be like, you bade me a while ago to return this to a temple of what god was it? Some god of digging. Well, listen, we stand at a crossroads. I have urgent matters and must attend to dangerous matters with my companions. So I offer you a choice. And I'll hold it out. And I'll be like, take it. Use it for yourself. Make it your own quest to return it to a temple. Or give it to me and let me use it in a time it might be necessary. That choice is yours.
What might it be necessary for? Like, there's a very different like, my answer's gonna be different if your answer is like, I'm gonna cast a cool spell with it versus I'm gonna pawn it.
I think I could use it to honor your god of digging in a dire time and potentially dig into death and pull one of my friends back out.
In that case, yeah, you hold on to that.
Sound, thank you. And I'll immediately wild shape back into a dog.
I've thought of a really cool idea for the Ecken head, actually.
Yeah.
I'd like to leave it as a surprise, though. I've been kind of thinking about it for about like 5 minutes or so, and now I'd like to. I think I've got an idea. If we get like a crossroads and there's like guards or something, I've got an idea of what to do with it.
Weren't we gonna ditch it before we left?
No. I think it's just funny.
Okay, what are we gonna say at the
Marie putting our lives at risk for a bit.
I appreciate your devotion to comedy, Marie, but what are we going to say when we get to the gate check thing and there's an Essen head in the back?
I mean, what are you going to say when we get to the gate?
Oh, that I've come from my shop in Velosh to pick something up, but it was completely impossible because of what's happened, and so now I'm returning.
I mean, that's pretty reasonable.
I am from a shop in Velosh, so it's not even a lie.
Okay. I mean, yeah. Okay. I mean, what kind of shop? What did you sell in your shop in Velosh?
Well, the shop is a chocolatier, but I'm the sort of in-house baker because I don't make chocolate. It's in like a touristy area.
Okay. And you just package the chocolate?
No, I make like pastries and stuff with like some of the chocolate that's made in-house, so like pain au chocolat and things like that. And just stuff. Sometimes we have it like it's a little cafe set up also.
Why is this the first thing that we've learned about you?
You're an exceptionally powerful wizard. Why are you making bread?
Family business?
Bree would just look bewildered and confused, but of course this is not visible to anyone.
Magic's always been kind of a hobby until I met you guys. I was around to pick up ingredients. In fact, the owner of the shop probably doesn't know where I am, and I should have written to her. That hadn't occurred. Got a bit swept up in the... she probably thinks I'm dead. I should send her a letter anyway.
You said you'd done horrible things to people, and that just sounds like you've like given people like a bad rotten pastry or something.
Yeah, there was a really bad incident with food poisoning once that was at least partially my fault, and the guilt of it still hangs upon me.
I don't believe this for a second, but I'm just gonna.
This is 100% true.
Yeah.
I'll bake a fucking excellent pastry for you sometime. You'll believe me. I'm great at it.
Am I like in the astral plane or something? Is it like?
I definitely mentioned when we met that I worked in a chocolate shop.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you absolutely didn't.
You guys were like, "Why are you here?" And I was like, "I'm picking up ingredients." I definitely did.
I can't see. I remember.
Come up much, but
either.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch the episodes of Betrayal on the Trail to find out.
Marie sat there in front of a computer screen like, what is the canon?
Why did this happen?
I definitely did mention this when we met. I can't remember if I explicitly said I'm a pastry chef, but...
Oh.
Fucking hell.
This conversation is happening while the invisibility time is ticking down.
What we're doing with these acid heads.
Okay, I'm gonna do exactly what I was going to do with the Etten head would it come to the fact, and I'm going to use my animating performance animate on the Etten head. And I'm going to essentially just like put my head to it, whisper "be alive" to its like into its being, and have it like hop around like one of those fucking heads from like Spirited Away. Just like it just like fucking rolls out. The thing is just kind of like, whoa. Kind of like, oh, and just kind of starts bouncing around, I guess. It's not a spell, it's just an action. Is that a thing?
Oh, which means you're still invisible then. Yeah, it says spells or attacks, so.
Yeah, this is an ability. Now there's just like a dancing head, I guess, for the next hour or so, and it can like do whatever we want it to do.
Okay, it's okay. Rich people in Velosh go for all sorts of weird shit. I'll make something up. Are we taking it with us, or are we just leaving this horrific thing here?
We should. Oh, a dog.
Marie's just like.
Alright, Marie, put the head in the van. We'll make up an excuse. Let's go.
Okay. Come on, buddy. Come on back in.
Be in the car.
Dog Cabal
Come on, let's go and get through
so
this checkpoint.
tightly into the corner away from this dancing.
It's just kind of like just sort of like licking its lips, like.
Shay, did we say a name of the town that the chocolate shop was in, or did we just say Velosh? I'll just say Velosh to them, it's fine.
Implying
Velosh,
you've been a chocolatier at any point before this session.
There's no way you did.
It's in my backstory!
I think it was Kaliyama.
Kaliyama, okay. And the coastal region is called Velosh, I haven't made that up, right?
Yeah. So, in terms of heading out of Crucium, there are two main city gates. There's one to the north, which was the region that was attacked earlier, and one to the south, which was the way that you went in. I don't know if you have a preference of which one you want to head towards.
How long have we got left on the invisibility, roughly?
So it took you 5 minutes to roll your way down. I'd say it took another 5 minutes to have that little conversation, pull everything out. And I really want to just do the real time of how long you talked about the fact that you were a chocolatier.
I'm not a chocolatier, I'm a pastry chef, I work in a chocolate shop.
I'm sorry, I need to reread your backstory, apparently. Let's say you've got, a good 40 minutes.
Let's go north, I think there'll be less people queuing there.
Awesome. So you make your way to the north. There is a mild queue leading up to the gate itself. People's carriages are being checked. People are properly being questioned about it. It takes about further 10 minutes to get you to the front of the queue, leaving you with half an hour left. Guard comes up, leans in, sees the Etten head. What the fuck?
Winks.
She jumps backwards, kind of pulls out the spear, looks to Arabella, is like, what the fuck is that?
This is a new premier form of entertainment that we're going to be debuting soon. Do you
That's
like it?
That's entertaining. That's terrifying. There's viscera coming out of that.
Have you ever been to Velosh?
Yes.
You get to the Cloud District often. Yeah. Well, people there are getting rather bored of the standard entertainment, so we thought we'd spice things up a bit, and you do know how rich people go for the macabre. So this is something that we intend to be trialing in the next couple of months. I might have our card if you ever want to come and see. I start like looking through my pockets.
He holds his hand out.
Do I have a card for the chocolate shop on me?
The chocolate shop that you came up with this session.
It's no fucking way.
I'm gonna go back and find it. Legit.
If your chocolate shop would feasibly have handed out cards and that was something that Arabella would have done, then yeah, I would say it's fair that you still had some on you.
I'll give him a card for the chocolate shop.
I want you to make a deception check, though.
Yeah. No.
Against us.
Yeah, everyone make insight checks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back and find it in the first episode, and you're
do it.
Please do.
For a certain reason, can you make this deception check with advantage as well?
Yeah. Is it because what I'm saying is true?
How deception checks work?
No.
18.
That's amazing. You managed to kind of hit onto a certain fact. I mean, obviously what you're saying is bullshit, but
yeah.
The people in Velosh do go for some pretty messed up entertainment from time to time. So he kind of narrows his eyes for a moment and is like, alright, yeah, I've seen some weird stuff down there.
Yeah.
Sure, great. I mean, technically you've not got any contraband. That's the head situation isn't on my specific list. You didn't see a band of Tabaxi, Dragonborn, Grung, and Human rolling through town as well? Anything you'd like to declare before leaving?
Not that I noticed.
Okay. Be safe. The northern quarter whole is still in the city perimeter, so occasionally the odd beastie does make its way in. So if you are heading for that exit way, be swift and be safe, my friend.
Thank you, kind sir.
Cool. And he allows you to continue through. Assuming you're going the same, just continuing down, I'll kind of speed through the second gate check, which will go pretty much the same way.
Abject horror.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Cool.
Cool, yeah. So you roll your way down through the second tier, make your way through that gate, and you enter the final tier of the city. The northern section is looking pretty abandoned right now. Like, it was much faster getting through that last gate than it was the one before, because no one's entering it. It is pretty destroyed area. A lot of buildings are abandoned, a few kind of smashed down to the ground. You do kind of see a little bit of skittering from a house far away, and you see a large hole with kind of char marks around it on the northern wall.
Let's leave.
Yeah, cool. You head your way down towards the last gate. Once again, the streets of this area are completely abandoned, so it's pretty easy to make your way through. You turn one of the corners onto the main street, and you see a figure off in the distance. A large figure kind of blocking the path ahead of you. You see a pub called the Hill Giant. It's quite fine looking average pub. It's got a small image of the hill that a crucium is on, with a giant sat on top of it. You see a hill giant sat atop the pub, destroying it. You also see, sneaking their way out of a house, you see a male half-orc and a female human. They're kind of like looking at the hill giant intently, kind of staying low. One of them kind of pulls open the door to a room and kind of like ushers this set of 3 children out, kind of sneaking their way past it as it's not really paying attention, kind of whispering for the kids to stay low. Is there anything we'd like to do, or are we just continuing onwards?
Not my monkeys, not my circus. Let's go.
Would we be able to see this from the back of the car?
It's
I think it would be fair, yeah.
I mean, it's within our power to take this thing down. And it's
except that they're
people.
looking for a group of adventurers who look exactly like us because we killed 2 town guards.
Are there guards around here?
There's nobody around here.
Yeah.
We are supposed to be heroes.
Thank you so much for watching this week's episode of Betrayal on the Trail. If you like what you just saw, make sure you leave us a like to let us know. And make sure you subscribe so you never miss out on any of the adventure.